What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Base Damage. We have another tournament report, and it is a pretty interesting one today. Over the course of this weekend, we had three particular regionals all at the same time. We had Melbourne, Australia. If I'm mispronouncing this or the French one, I apologize. Suntec City in Singapore. And I'm not going to try for France. I second guessed that. I said, fuck it. So we got three ones all happened on the same day. Next week is going to be Duluth, which sadly I wanted to go to, but I could not, and Cardiff in the UK. So let's hop right into it. We got several interesting ones. So the ban list did one thing. There's no SAO. In these three, there's not a single fucking SAO deck. So the Alice deck did not show. Just saying. However, it did not a single damn thing to Slime. Australia was won by Standby Muron. So we still have the Slime decks rampant. We kind of saw a standby version of a lot of this particular build like before the ban list ever hit. I think there was one other deck that topped. Let me fact check myself. Because that was all fucking three of the top four right there. I know there was one. Okay, I was correct. In Germany, 8th place was a Standby Muron. There may have been one other before them, but I knew there was at least that one was the most recent. So we knew Standby was going to be a thing, and a lot of other people were just like, oh, well, just replace the level 1 combo since you can't run the Shizu anymore. So more than likely, that's what we're going to see, especially across some of these other ones coming up in a little bit here. Standby Muron, very first fucking winner right after the ban list. So, Seven Deadly Sins got second place. I'm here for the free fight event. Very nice. It was a really, really good though. Making it so people could run, they couldn't run the Gil Thunder with this, I joke. Everyone knows it basically was just a swap out. There are some cards in here I haven't seen unless they are just the SRs. No, I don't remember seeing this in other Seven Deadly Sins builds personally. Meliodas Ultimate Blow or this particular Escanor, it's an uncommon. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you can pay one, pitch one, burn one. So I guess a little bit extra burn at level 2. They're like, well, this level 2 Meliodas isn't cutting it as well. So they're like, fuck it, let's do this. Otherwise, it is the typical 2 of the Escanor, 2 of the Trial, and 4 of the Elizabeth combo. Third place was, thanks Jason, Tyler, Nindo. Okay, whatever. Overlord. So we are seeing some more Overlord tops, and this one was definitely allowed for this tournament. I'm taking my pot shots where I can. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary here. Just, it's got the typical engine for the drawing effect, the Shaltir level 1 engine, and the Ainz top end. And that is going to be it for the top 3 for Australia. We did have a couple other really cool things. Just saying, we still had several Hololive decks, Azkigura, Kanata Marin, and more Marin. The Toph Azula, I know it's been something that's floated around for a bit, but I am going to be looking into this a bit more. And also some quintuplets. We actually had more quintuplets show up. Really cool. But let's go on to Singapore. So the one that won this one, I honestly didn't expect this to win because this is a deck that's been topping. It's the Itsuki version, as the internet has to load up. It's the Itsuki version of the quintuplets decks and everything. So I am glad to see this because I do know more about this deck. Like this particular level 1 Itsuki is just overtly broken. In my mind, it's just really, really good. We've seen this floating around like in the lower ranks in terms of it still tops every now and then, but hasn't gotten first place I think all season, which is really nice to see. I'm not going to dwell on this next one too terribly long, but I was really glad to see Itsuki. Adventure Time got second place. I don't know anything about this fucking deck. Cool. Third place, blame Bushi for the back row's disappearance. I still see the back row there, sir. You're not fooling any of us. You're not pulling the wool over my eyes. But we did have another slime deck, Milim Muron, utilizing the level 1 Milim from Volume 3 as well. It's really cool. For anyone who doesn't know what this does, it works off of a salvage trigger. It's loading right there. And the effect reads as such: when this card attacks, if a glimpse of her seriousness is in your climax area, choose one level 0 or lower character in your opponent's backstage, put it into their waiting room, and reveal the top card of your deck. If that is an octagram, which is an event, which I'll check in a second to see if they run that, or demon continent character, put it into your hand. So it does have some advantage engine on that. Oh, okay, that's why. It's saying blame Bushi for the back row's disappearance. It's specifically talking about the Millum. I see what I got you. I understand what's going on now. So it's because you can sack your opponent's level 0 or lower characters in their backstage. Like, oh, you have a Brainstormer? Goodbye. Just get it out of here. GG's. So, still running the Miran, still basically the same top end. I don't see the level 3 Shion. You know, that's whatever. So, yeah, that continuing on. Now, there was a couple other things. Let's see. Once again, more Avatar The Last Airbender. Really glad to see that. We do have some other Hololive decks that didn't get added just yet, but the 8 standby, because it doesn't say, like, the Oski Polka, I think it's a different build instead of Oski Polka. I could be incorrect on that, but if I am, I'm sorry. Also, I realized my head was covering that up. Forgive me on that one. But continuing on to France, and this one I actually really, really liked because I had already been working on something for this deck anyway, the Oski Polka deck. I've been playing around with this. It's such an interesting toolbox of effects and cards, and Homeboy was like, we're bringing to you every single fucking SP. It is like, literally the whole deck is like max rarity. It just really, really cool. From a fellow Hololive enjoyer, mad respect to you. Shout outs, dude. I would love to get this person in on a podcast episode. That'd be so cool. The second one was, once again, Tafazula. I wanted to point this one out because it's been around quite a bit. It's one of those other decks, I feel, especially with this one. There was 1, 2. Okay, it wasn't in this one. No. There was 8 standby here. It's a different one. Which actually okay, I actually do want to check this one out really quick. And there was another Toph Azula in this. This might still be running Azula. Okay, this one's still running the Azula combo, but it's utilizing the Dancing Dragons one as well. But it still does the same top end, basically the same finisher overall, utilizing, which I'll go back to the other one, this level 3 Azula. Basically, when the battle opponent becomes reversed, you can pay a cost to burn your opponent for 3, which is really good there for extra damage. But the cost involves sacking another character on your stage. And if you specifically sacrifice this Sokka, it basically kind of does some Ayame shenanigans. The level 1, the whole thing about the level 1 Ayame that could like summon multiple copies of itself in the battle phase and get like 6 attacks off. You can do something similar, not exactly the same, but you'll typically like attack with this one first, attack with the Azula. Then you'll pay the cost and you'll sacrifice this Sokka to, basically its effect is when this is placed on stage from hand or put into waiting room from the stage, you can pay a cost to summon a cost 0 or lower World of Avatar character from your deck and shuffle your deck. So being able to do that and being able to, like, you just basically summon another copy of itself, and then you attack again, and then you attack with another Azula and attack again, and you just keep doing that over and over and over, and you can just get like more attacks off than kind of like the Ayame combo was. So I'm surprised like this. It's been around. It's kind of moving up a little bit, especially now that it doesn't have to worry about like SAO. And let's see, the third place was a Azure Lane deck. So really cool. I know we saw, what was it? Before in Mexico, there was a +2 Soul, which was really cool. Now I'm trying to remember if I actually, yeah, I did do a tournament report on that one. Okay. I was like, did I talk about that one? Yeah, I did. Sorry, some days I just forget. But it is basically just kind of a rush deck, and you just kind of push for damage. I don't know every single in and out of this. I know some of the cards in here. I'm trying to learn a bit more of them due to one of the other guys in the group is messing around with this a good bit. But I do like this. I do like the Azure Lane cards. They're pretty cool. But let's see. I did want to point out one other one. Shout outs to this. 2 decks in here. 2 particular decks I wanted to give shout outs to. This one right here, they killed Shizu. RIP. The guy was like, you know what? You gonna kill Shizu? I'm gonna kill you with the fucking Lunar New Year +2 soul. I saw this and was like, ain't no way. What +2 soul did they shove in here? Because I couldn't remember a +2 soul in slime. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, I just couldn't remember it. And they're like, fuck it, we're just grabbing the Shioko one. So yeah, that's the thing. So shout outs to this dude, fucking cool. And then lastly, a Gura deck, which is more of the setup that I prefer, utilizing the level 1 Mori combo. The Oski Gura decks still run this Kali, but they don't run it for the Climax combo. This person's running it for the Climax combo with the Your Mori and everything, and I just thought this was really cool. Your Mori Gura. So this is basically something very, very similar to what I've been working with and what I've been trying to run. So I was very glad to see this. I thought it was really cool. But yeah, no, that's basically going to be it. I just want to give 2 quick shout outs for that. The last 2 of the year, or the last 3 of the year, I should say. So we know is Duluth and Cardiff coming up next week. It's going to be a bit before I'm able to report on that one. And then Anaheim, California. I might just wait to do all 3 after Anaheim happens. I know several people going to Duluth and Anaheim, so good luck to all of y'all going there. To each of those. Like I said, I wish I could join you on that one. Sadly, I could not, but it is what it is. Work schedule kind of fucked me on that, but it happens. It's all good. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. One more tournament report before we get into discussion about Worlds and everything. And that is it. We will see you on the flip side. Peace out for now.